Hello, hello!
What's up?
Welcome back, guys. Video 3. We're so excited. I've got a special guest star. My favorite person. Whoa, shaking the table. Sorry. Favorite person. Can't speak. It's still morning for me. Favorite person in the world right here, sharing with you guys from his perspective what coaching looks like, what it means from his lens, and what it's looked like for our family. And kind of just give you his perspective, because obviously I love it and it's been a blessing to me, but when there's two of us in a relationship, it's a partnership. So it's super important for your spouse to be on board, and especially for just the work that you put into it, to have someone back you and support you and say you can do this when you doubt yourself is really important. So I want to introduce you to Josh. This is my husband, my favorite person in the world, and he's going to share, kind of answer some questions a little bit from his perspective, what it was like and what it is like.
Yeah. Hey guys. So I guess you started coaching. Well, the opportunity came up when right after we first got married. We were in New Zealand, and I was playing New Zealand, and I think you got approached to coach one time, and you kind of put it to the side and wasn't really sure about what it was all about. And then we got married, and we moved to New Zealand, and you got into it about a month after we got married, right?
Yep. Look at him.
And so
He pays attention.
so she was working like a desk job in New Zealand for a bank out there. So she was already doing a job, and I was obviously working, but she picked up coaching at that time, and she came to me with the idea and kind of what I thought about it, and I was like, it'd be great, like even if it wasn't just to pay off bills or anything, I just saw it as like a great opportunity that she could kind of share her faith and keep her accountable with fitness and those type of things. But when I heard that, there was a possibility where she could make an income from it, I was like, all right, that'd be cool. So, the biggest thing for us, we want to share our life and our faith in God. And so that was just like an avenue where she could really share her faith and just her journey, her fitness journey, because she already had obviously her own journey at the time, but you had your own Instagram page, I think, and you were kind of
little one,
sharing her own things there. But with the coaching opportunity, everyone's able to share their own journey and their own fitness journey, and I guess kind of how they do life themselves. And for her and for us, like being able to travel and take the job wherever she could take it. It was just a perfect fit for us. So
Did you? Well, I was going to ask you, did you have any reservations or concerns when I first came to you, knowing that it cost money and that kind of thing? Like, did that make you nervous at all?
It didn't really make me nervous. I think I was definitely had some questions about it, because it was going to cost money at first. But when I heard that it was just investing in yourself and your own fitness journey, I was pretty supportive of it. I didn't really have any negative views of it initially, but I think I just saw it as supporting you and just giving you a purpose, especially for us traveling and having you able to do something where you could invest your time and energy into. I just thought that was great, and even now, I'll tell Courtney that she's obviously a go-getter, and she tries to reach her goals, and that's awesome. But I often have to try and remind her, look, it's not all about if you don't reach your goals, it's okay. You wanna aim high, but it's more than that. It's a lifestyle, and
you remind me of the bigger purpose.
Right, and there's a surface level to the business and what the opportunity holds, but there's also a lot of things that go deeper, and it's you know, for you, I think that's like your driving motive behind it. It's not just, you know, coaching and you know, the income. That's just like a bonus, really, for you.
Yeah, my better half, always reminding me of the right things. No, but it's true. I feel like he does remind me frequently that this is a ministry opportunity, and that that's the overall goal. And that's why we want to do this and share his perspective, because it's important for your spouse to understand the full reason you're doing this, because there's going to be, I mean, there was plenty of times where I stayed up late and you went to bed, or I still get up early and you're in bed. And so how do you feel like that has impacted like our marriage? Do you feel like coaching has negatively impacted it in any way, or do you feel like it's benefited it in any like?
No, I mean, she'll get up at like 5 in the morning, and sometimes she'll still be working at like 11 at midnight, and I'm like, okay, cool, it's time to put the work away. But you know, that's just the way she is. She just works so hard, and you know, I admire that, and it's great to have you working hard. But it's never been a thing where, you know, again, like coaching, it is what you make of it. If you want it to be something big and great, you're obviously going to put more time and energy into it.
Right.
If you have a job already that you know, that's your main job, and you're doing that full time, you can just have this on the side. It's what you put into it. But you know, for you, I think you were initially, you know, you had big goals that you wanted to reach, and so she was putting more time into it. But it's been nothing but a blessing for us. You know, when my season's over, I'm only playing 9 months out of the year normally, and we go back to the States, and normally in the summertime our savings just start, you know, cutting into our savings. But you know, with her having an income, you know, it's been a real blessing. So you know, times like that, especially in the summertime, I'm like, thank you, Lord. Like, this is awesome that she has this job. But you know, just to see her business grow, and to see the people that she impacts, like, that's the biggest thing. I mean, she gets, you know, messages all the time of people that their lives have been changed, and you know, their families have been changed just from, you know, the change of lifestyle. And that's all because of the opportunity that, you know, you have to impact people's lives. And you know, everyone has their own journey and is able to share that with people, but it's life-changing, like not only for you and for our family, but there's no reason why that can't happen for everyone, you know. So that's pretty cool.
What about income? So were you surprised? I know we've had several conversations, like how did, because you didn't really think that I was going to make much money doing it. I think that, like, he thought it was kind of like, oh, she's going to do it to get in shape and stay accountable and be a part of this community and do it for ministry. So I don't think you were, like, I was like, oh, I want to make, you know, pay off my student loans with it. And I think he was kind of like, yeah, that'd be nice, but wasn't really expecting much. So what, like, as you saw that happen over time, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, like she said, I was just really excited to pay off those student loans. But honestly, like, I didn't really expect that to happen. You know, I wasn't like, okay, if this doesn't happen, like, we can't do this. It wasn't really like that. I just saw the opportunity for what it was, and that it was great that you were doing it and keeping yourself accountable, that type of thing. But then when it did started to pay off the loans, I was like, man, this is kind of nice, you know? And then when she, I guess when I started to understand the opportunity of the possible income, I was like, man, this is a really unique opportunity. And I was like, you know, people go to college and study, you know, in university for years, you know, just to make a decent income. And it's just kind of funny to me for people to think about, like, why wouldn't people invest in this kind of opportunity if you might be willing to go to college and study for 4 or 5 years for something that might just be a stable income.
What may or may not get you a job.
Right. You still might not get a job. And if you do, it's probably going to stay the same. You know, there'll be a ceiling on it. But it's just, you know, an amazing opportunity where you get out of it what you put into it. And when I saw that, I was like, man, this is just an amazing opportunity. And why not reach for the stars and try and keep growing it? So for us in our position now, it's just been like an amazing blessing. I couldn't imagine Courtney not doing it and bringing income, and just the way it blesses us. It's been amazing. So it definitely, income definitely changes your life, and gives you more opportunities you otherwise wouldn't have. But yeah, it's been
Did
good.
you set a timer?
No, I have to.
He's like, we talk for 10 minutes tops. Timer set. But we didn't rehearse any of this, you guys, at all. And this was really just an opportunity for you to hear from his perspective what it's looked like for us, because even if it's blessing me, I want to make sure that it's the right thing for our family. And for him, like, we knew that the way that our lifestyle was, or the lifestyle we imagined, I couldn't not work. It wasn't a possibility with the student loans that we had. And so for me, like he said, this was perfect for our situation where I could work wherever we went. I had that freedom and that flexibility. And I remember, like, after the second or third month that I made enough to pay off my student loans, which was my big goal, he looked at me and he was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe you did that. That was amazing. Like, I didn't know, like, this is kind of a real thing. And I was like, yeah, it is. And now, because my income has grown so much the last 2 years, I don't really check my weekly earnings very much, because I want to stay focused on the main goal, and the main goal is ministry. The main goal is helping people. And so obviously he checks, our bank account and that kind of thing, and he'll be like, oh my gosh, you made this much this week. Did you know that? And I'll be, it's fun to receive that from him, because I'm focusing on the right things. I'm focusing on, my heart is in it for the right reasons. And this income may continue to grow to exponential ways that's going to bless, allow us to give back more, or to set our kids up for school, or whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, like, having that where he can kind of be that, like, cheerleader for me, and me focus on just doing it for the right reasons, it makes the world of difference. But yeah, it's helpful to have your spouse on board. And if your husbands or boyfriends or whatever have questions, you guys can comment those below, and I'll have Josh respond to those. But essentially, I think the biggest thing, like he said, is that for your spouse to understand that there is no guarantee of income, but the value of being a part of a community and the value of doing this for your own health and wellness is just as important as any income could be. Like, for Josh, he tells me all the time I'm beautiful, but for me to understand that, or to feel beautiful, is a completely different thing. And the way we interact depends on me feeling it as much as him saying it. So for my health and wellness and our marriage sake, it's been helpful for me to be like, I actually feel good about myself. So I'm like, yeah, I look good, or having that confidence in a marriage, because there's frequently that, like, for me, when I first got married, I constantly thought, like, I wasn't a good enough choice for him. He could have done better, and I was comparing myself to, the best of the best, and I'm like, oh, like, he probably didn't even really want me. I just had this horrible mentality of myself, and that obviously hurts him, because he can't love me the way that he wants to if I'm not choosing to love myself. So that's why I want to share, kind of from his perspective, because thankfully he did have that heart of, like, this is good for you and for us apart from the income. And that has led to, I think that's why my business has done as well as it has, because the income has been important. We all have bills to pay at the end of the day, but having this for the right reasons, being a part of a community that is about that, at the end of the day, they're about helping people and changing people's lives, and not so much about the income. It makes a difference. So, any last thoughts for everybody?
Not really. I think you hit them all. But, I tell it all the time, it's more than just an income, and that's really just a bonus. And, to have it as a ministry tool, and, that's what she uses it for, and, that's just amazing that, she can just be open about her lifestyle, and, I guess just be open with people just about your faith, and you know, just to see it impact people's lives is just really amazing. And you know, I think everyone is able to do that. Everyone has their own gifts and talents that they're to be faithful with, and that they can use to encourage and bless others. So I think this is just a great tool where people can use those abilities to be a blessing and encourage others. So
I thought of a last minute question. Sorry, quick question. You can answer it as quick as you want. I know he has to go to practice. But how did you feel? I know some guys are hesitant about the fact that it's like health and fitness and that you're posting pictures somewhat about your body. How did you feel about that, and how did we go about that approach with posting on social media and just being public? And
yeah, at first I wasn't really sure what you know, what the company Beachbody was all about. I was like, hold on,
horrible name.
Yeah,
Thanks, Beachbody.
What's going on with that? But you know, Courtney's been really respectful of coming to me with posts where she might feel like might be kind of questionable, and you know, I kind of get a say on that, which I really appreciate. But I think, you know, like I said, it's what you make of it.
Yeah.
And if you choose to be open or be more reserved, that's on you. So it hasn't really been an issue, because that's in your control. You're able to kind of monitor that. But
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, just as far as that goes, you guys, he is the person that he goes above everything else. Like, he goes above my work. He goes above what I post on social media, attention, all that kind of stuff. So I will never put that at risk of anything else, of getting higher status in business or anything like that, getting more attention on Instagram. I will never put that at risk and sacrifice that. So yes, there's some, like, I could be feeling great about myself and be like, babe, I want to post this picture, like, look how awesome I look. But if for some reason he looks at it and says that's not a good idea because of, you know, other people might look at that the wrong way or whatever, I will always choose to respect that, and we'll have an open and honest conversation about it before I take any action, because that comes first. Respecting him will always come first, and prioritizing time with him will always come first. I will never put this business above that. And that's how you keep that marriage safe and intimate, because social media is public. There are people that will DM me, guys that DM me and stuff, and I just block them because I'm married, I have an amazing husband, and I don't need that in my life. But I have to be cautious and intentional about how I go about portraying myself on social media. And so when you guys see that, like, obviously there's no right or wrong way to do this business. You can show a ton of skin and be successful, and you can show no skin and be successful. And that's the benefit, is that you are reaching a specific niche market, and that those people are going to respect you for what you do and what you bring to the table, and they're going to want to do the same. So that's the cool thing, is that it doesn't necessarily have to look a certain way. And hopefully I've done a good job of respecting him in that way, but just to let you know, he does come first, and he always will check things for me. And there have been some pictures he's like, nope, not gonna do that, and I'm like, okay, we'll find something else. But I look good, right? You know, and he'll be like, yeah. So hope that was helpful. He's got to run to practice now, but if you guys have questions that came up after watching this, pop them below. And we are so thankful that you joined us in checking this out tonight. Oh, and he's also been to our Beachbody Summit, which is our annual conference. So he has seen it in person, what this company is about, what the community is about. He's literally like kind of internet BFFs with the other coaches' spouses. Like, there's a group of the guys that have gotten really close because of what we do. And that's special for me to see as well, that the people we're surrounding ourselves with are lifers, like people in the same stage of life as us. They love the same things that we love. They're like-minded. And for me, that's really special to see those connections building, because I'm best friends with the wives, and then, you know, he gets to build those relationships with the guys. So it's a really special family-oriented environment, which is fun. So
yeah, Summit's really cool. The conference that she has each year. We've been twice now.
Yeah, 2 times.
And it's just really cool, you know, for me to see as well, just to see the way the company is is run, and just to see all the other people that are involved, and I think that's just kind of solidified just what we see the company is, and it's really cool. So if you guys haven't been, you gotta get out to Summit. That was definitely, special for me. Because you do it online, so we're usually some country overseas, but for us to be in one place where everyone else is together and doing the same thing, it's really encouraging. So
it's a unique community
for
sure. But all right, guys, we'll let you go, and I hope you guys have an awesome evening, and we'll catch you tomorrow for video number 4. We'll talk more about income. So check us out tomorrow.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.